All right, you bastards, strap yourselves in for a deep dive on Leo fucking DiCaprio.
Let's do it.
You know, the Titanic pretty boy.
Yeah.
But we're going way beyond that cheesy bullshit, full-on career breakdown.
Oh, yeah.
The good, the bad, and the Oscar-baiting ugly.
All of it.
And to help us dissect this Hollywood enigma, we got a certified film nerd.
That's me. I'm ready.
All right, let's rewind to the beginning. This guy, DiCaprio, he was like a child actor, right?
He was.
Like Growing Pains and shit. Was this dude just born on a red carpet?
Actually, he started even younger, like commercials and those cheesy educational films.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, Parenthood, Growing Pains, the dude was practically a veteran by the time he hit puberty.
So how does a kid actor go from that, like, cornball shit to, you know, serious acting?
Yeah.
Was there like a holy shit moment where people realized he wasn't just another pretty face?
I think this boy's life in '93 was definitely a game changer for him.
Okay.
Acting alongside Robert De Niro, playing a troubled teenager, it showed he had serious chops. And then, that same year, he just blows everyone away with What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
His performance as Arnie, you know, a character with developmental disabilities, it landed him an Oscar nomination at 19?
19.
19. That's nuts.
Damn, 19. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to see why this guy's a big deal. So Gilbert Grape was like his, like, I'm not just a pretty face moment.
Absolutely. And he doesn't let up. He kept pushing himself with roles like The Basketball Diaries and Total Eclipse, showing a range that went way beyond, you know, those teen heartthrob roles.
Okay, but we got to talk about the elephant in the room.
Yeah, Titanic.
Titanic. That movie was a goddamn cultural tsunami.
It was.
I bet even Leo was like, what the fuck just happened?
I'm sure he was. It was a phenomenon, you know, love it or hate it, you couldn't escape it. And yeah, it definitely typecast him for a while, but it also gave him the clout to choose his projects carefully.
Right.
He became a global superstar, and that opened doors to work with some of the best directors in the business.
Like Scorsese, right.
Exactly.
That's when shit gets really interesting.
Absolutely. Their collaboration is legendary. It started with Gangs of New York in 2002.
Okay, yeah.
A gritty historical epic showed a different side of DiCaprio.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then came Aviator in 2004.
Okay.
DiCaprio transforms himself to play Howard Hughes. Boom! Golden Globe win.
I mean, the dude was practically unrecognizable in that movie. Like, he went full method acting crazy.
He totally disappeared into the role.
Yeah.
And then The Departed in 2006, another Scorsese masterpiece.
So good.
These two just bring out the best in each other. You know, it's like a cinematic power couple.
Shutter Island, The Wolf of Wall Street, they just kept churning out these amazing films.
The Wolf of Wall Street was a wild ride. All that excess, the drugs, the money, the sheer insanity. DiCaprio just owned it.
And he should have won that damn Oscar for that role.
I know, right?
But hey, he finally got his golden statue for The Revenant. Talk about going all out for a role. The dude ate raw bison liver for that shit.
He did. He went through hell for that performance.
Yeah.
Physically and emotionally demanding. But he nailed it. That Oscar was a long time coming.
All right, so we've got DiCaprio, the child actor, the heartthrob, the Scorsese muse, the Oscar winner. Is there anything this guy can't do?
Well, he hasn't directed a feature film yet, but, you know, who knows what the future holds.
That's a good point. Maybe directing is like the next chapter in the Leo DiCaprio saga.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, so let's get back to his acting career. We've talked about, like, the big hits. But what about some of his other roles? Like, what about Blood Diamond? That was a pretty heavy film.
Blood Diamond was a powerful film, definitely. It shed light on a serious issue.
Yeah.
The conflict diamond trade.
Right.
And DiCaprio's performance as Danny Archer, you know, the diamond smuggler, was both charming and ruthless. He really brought a complexity to the character.
It's like he's got this knack for picking roles that have like a social impact.
Yeah.
You know? He could just coast on those pretty boy roles.
Yeah.
But he keeps choosing these challenging, thought-provoking projects.
He definitely seems to want to use his platform for more than just entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, he's passionate about environmental issues, and he's not afraid to get his hands dirty.
Yeah.
Both literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
I mean, The Revenant is a prime example.
Yeah, that movie was brutal. But it also showed his dedication to his craft. Like,
Yeah.
he really went all in for that role.
Absolutely. And that's what makes him such a compelling actor. He immerses himself in these roles.
Yeah.
He disappears into them. You forget you're watching Leonardo DiCaprio. You're just completely captivated by the character he's portraying.
Okay, but let's be real. The dude's got range, but he also has a type, right? Like,
Yeah.
he's always the troubled, brooding, intense guy.
Well, he does tend to gravitate toward those complex characters. That's true.
Yeah.
But even within that archetype, he finds ways to make each role unique. He can be charming and charismatic, like in Catch Me If You Can, or downright terrifying, like in Django Unchained.
Django Unchained was fucked up, man, but brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
Tarantino really knows how to push boundaries.
He does.
And DiCaprio was right there with him.
Yeah.
Playing that sadistic plantation owner with such chilling conviction.
It was a risky role, but he absolutely nailed it.
Yeah.
And that's what I admire about him. He's not afraid to take risks, to challenge himself and the audience. He's constantly pushing the boundaries of what's expected of him.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Early career, Scorsese collaborations, socially conscious roles, even some Tarantino madness. What else is there to say about Leo? Like, what's the big takeaway?
I think the big takeaway is that Leonardo DiCaprio is more than just a movie star. He's an artist, an activist, and a force to be reckoned with. He's not just here to entertain, he's here to make a difference. And he's doing it with passion, integrity, and a whole lot of talent.
Damn, that's almost poetic.
Yeah.
All right, so we talked a lot about Leo's acting career, but let's be real. The dude's personal life is just as interesting. I mean, his dating history is like a who's who of supermodels.
Well, his personal life is his own business, but it's definitely fascinating how he's managed to maintain a level of privacy despite being one of the most famous people on the planet.
Yeah.
He's not on social media. He doesn't do reality shows. He's very selective about the interviews he gives.
He's playing the long game, man. He's not chasing fleeting fame. He's building a legacy, and it's working.
Absolutely. He's carefully cultivated his career, choosing roles that challenge him and push him outside of his comfort zone. He's not afraid to take risks, to experiment, to evolve as an actor, and that's what makes him so damn interesting. He's not predictable. He keeps us guessing.
And honestly, I can't wait to see what he does next.
Yeah.
You mentioned Killers of the Flower Moon and that potential Paul Thomas Anderson project. But what else is on the horizon? Any juicy rumors?
Well, there's been talk of a possible biopic about Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh, wow.
Which would be amazing. And, of course, there are always rumors swirling about a reunion with Tarantino. But who knows, maybe he'll surprise us all and do something completely unexpected.
A rom-com, maybe? Leo as the lovelorn baker who wins over the girl next door with his delicious pastries. Okay, maybe not. But hey, a man can dream.
Anything is possible.
Right.
The point is, Leonardo DiCaprio is a force to be reckoned with. He's a talented actor, a committed activist, and a true icon of our time.
Well said. And on that note, I think it's time to move on to the next chapter of Leo's career. We'll be back after a quick about.
So let's dive into another fascinating aspect of DiCaprio's career, his work as a producer.
Yeah.
He founded Appian Way Productions back in 2004.
Okay.
And it's been a platform for him to champion projects that align with his passions.
Yeah, the dude's not just sitting back and cashing checks. He's using his Hollywood clout to get shit made that he believes in. So what kind of movies are we talking about here?
Appian Way has a pretty diverse filmography, actually.
Okay.
They've produced everything from biographical dramas, like The Aviator and J. Edgar, to psychological thrillers like Shutter Island and Orphan. They've also backed documentaries like The 11th Hour and Before the Flood, which focus on climate change and environmental issues.
Okay, so he's using his production company to shine a light on shit that matters to him. That's pretty badass.
It shows a real commitment to using his influence for good,
Yeah, right.
He's not just interested in making money, he wants to make a difference.
Yeah.
And his passion for environmental activism is really evident in the projects he chooses to produce.
Speaking of activism, let's talk about that. DiCaprio has become a pretty vocal advocate for environmental causes. I mean, the dude's been speaking out about climate change for years.
He has. He's been a UN messenger of peace for climate change since 2014.
Oh, wow.
And he's constantly using his platform to raise awareness and advocate for action. He's produced documentaries, spoken at international summits, and donated millions to environmental organizations.
Yeah, the guy's not just talking the talk, he's walking the walk. He's putting his money where his mouth is. So what kind of impact has he actually had? I mean, is he just another celebrity preaching to the choir, or is he actually moving the needle?
It's hard to quantify the exact impact,
Right.
but there's no doubt that his voice carries weight.
Right.
When Leonardo DiCaprio speaks about climate change, people listen.
Yeah.
He's helped to raise the profile of the issue, and he's inspired others to get involved.
Okay, so he's not just another Hollywood hypocrite jet-setting around the world while lecturing everyone else about their carbon footprint.
He's definitely aware of the criticisms,
Okay.
and he's acknowledged the complexities of being a high-profile advocate while also living a lifestyle that contributes to the problem.
Right.
But he's also made it clear that he's committed to using his platform to make a positive difference, and he's taking steps to reduce his own environmental impact.
All right, fair enough. I guess nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
But it's cool that he's at least trying to use his fame for good. So what's next for DiCaprio, the activist? What's he got planned?
Well, he's continuing to produce documentaries and support environmental organizations. He's also been actively involved in promoting sustainable living and investing in clean energy technologies.
Okay.
It's clear that this is a long-term commitment for him, and he's not going to let up anytime soon.
All right, so we've covered DiCaprio's acting career, his work as a producer, and his environmental activism. But let's not forget that this guy is also a major Hollywood player. I mean, the dude's got serious clout in the industry.
He's definitely one of the most powerful figures in Hollywood.
Yeah.
He's got the ability to greenlight projects, attract top talent, and influence the direction of the industry.
And he's not afraid to use that power. I mean, he's been pretty outspoken about the need for more diversity and inclusion in Hollywood.
He has. He's been a vocal supporter of initiatives to promote diversity, both in front of and behind the camera. And he's put his money where his mouth is, casting diverse actors in his films and hiring female directors and writers.
Yeah, he's not just talking about it. He's actually doing something about it. That's what I respect about him. He's not afraid to use his platform to challenge the status quo and push for change.
He's definitely using his influence to make Hollywood a more inclusive and representative place, and that's a good thing.
All right, so we've talked about DiCaprio, the actor, the producer, the activist, and the Hollywood power player. Is there anything else we need to know about this guy? What's the final verdict?
I think the final verdict is that Leonardo DiCaprio is a complex and multifaceted individual. He's a talented actor, a passionate advocate, and a shrewd businessman.
Yeah.
He's not without his flaws, but he's using his platform to make a positive impact on the world, and that's something to be admired.
We'll be back after a quick break to delve deeper into his work as a producer and environmental activist. Stay tuned. All right, before we wrap this DiCaprio deep dive, I got to ask, what's the deal with this guy? I mean, he's this Hollywood heartthrob dating supermodels.
Right.
But he's also out there hugging trees and lecturing world leaders about climate change.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, right?
He's definitely a bit of an enigma.
Yeah.
You've got the public persona,
Yeah.
you know, Leo, the movie star, the guy on the red carpets with a different model on his arm every other week.
Yeah.
And then there's the private Leo, the artist, the activist, the guy who's deeply passionate about these issues.
Yeah. And let's not forget, the dude's dating history is like a Victoria's Secret catalog exploded.
It is.
But hey, who am I to judge? If I was a millionaire movie star, I'd probably be doing the same damn thing.
His personal life is his own business, but it is fascinating how he's managed to maintain a level of privacy considering his fame. He's not on social media. He doesn't do those trashy reality shows. He chooses his interviews carefully.
It's like he's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers.
Yeah.
He's not chasing that fleeting fame.
Yeah.
He's building a legacy. And you know what? It's fucking working.
It is. He's strategically crafted his career, choosing roles that challenge him and push him beyond expectations. He's not afraid to take risks, to experiment, to evolve as an actor.
And that's what keeps us interested.
It does.
He's not predictable. He keeps us guessing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't wait to see what he does next. You mentioned Killers of the Flower Moon and that potential Paul Thomas Anderson project.
Yeah.
Anything else on the horizon? Any juicy rumors?
There have been whispers about a Teddy Roosevelt biopic,
Oh, wow.
which would be incredible.
Yeah.
And of course, there are always rumors swirling about a reunion with Tarantino.
Right.
But who knows, maybe he'll pull a 180 and do something completely out of left field.
Maybe he'll star in a cheesy rom-com.
I know, right?
Picture it, Leo playing a lovesick baker who wins over the girl next door with his delicious pastries.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not. But a man can dream.
The possibilities are endless. The point is, Leonardo DiCaprio is a force to be reckoned with. He's a talented actor, a dedicated activist, and a genuine icon of our time.
Well said, my friend.
Yay.
All right. That wraps up our DiCaprio deep dive. We've gone from his childhood acting days to his Oscar wins, from his blockbuster roles to his environmental activism.
It's been a wild ride.
And if you haven't seen some of the films we talked about, what the hell are you waiting for? Get off your asses and check them out. All right, you magnificent bastards, that's all for today. Until next time, keep it real, keep learning, and keep those DiCaprio movies rolling.